to the D&D Morning Show. Here we are again, another episode coming at you.
Da-na-na, da-na-na.
I really think we do need some intro music, like appropriate.
Intro
music.
Appropriate intro music.
Appropriate intro music.
What are you trying to say?
Your music is not appropriate.
Okay, I'll work on some
appropriate intro music.
Why? What do we got today?
Alright, today we're going to talk all about the immune system and how to support your immune system.
Oh my gosh.
So we've got a fun fact to start with about the neti pot and myself.
Oh my.
We may have already shared this at one point, but it's too funny not to share again. And then we have a nice soup recipe we're going to share with you, and we'll end with a quote.
Alright.
So you start, Dorothy and the neti pot adventure.
Oh my gosh. Well, if you didn't know, Dorothy's a bit of a drama queen.
I wouldn't agree with that. Not drama queen, no.
It's very true.
No.
So like these little...
No.
I'm talking
No.
here.
It's like...
I'm talking
it's
here.
princess.
It's a princess.
It's not drama queen. It's two different things.
Same difference. So
No.
when something like this comes up that Dorothy doesn't really feel comfortable with, it's like a huge production. So she has like a bit nasally, and I'm like, let's go get the neti pot. And she like throws a fit.
No, I don't.
Like, I don't want to do the neti pot.
Oh, I do say that.
I can't do the neti pot. It hurts too much. It's too uncomfortable.
My brains are gonna like come out. Like,
see?
Ah.
And afterwards, like neti pot is uncomfortable, but it's worth it because it helps like flush out what shouldn't be up there.
Right.
And so after, she's always like smelling, she's like, oh my gosh, it's so much better. But like the whole like building up to it is like she like runs to the other room. And I'm like, get over here.
It is an event, and it takes two of us.
I have to help her with the neti pot, and she's like, no, I'm not ready. If you guys aren't sure what the neti pot is, it's just like, we should have brought it here.
Yes,
it's just like looks like a pot, like a little teapot, and you pour it down one nostril, and then that water comes out one side. And
it goes in one side and then drains the other side. But it's so uncomfortable. And I mean, the results are worth it, but every time we go through the same thing. And you know what? It's very important to use the right salt.
Oh yeah, you have to use neti pot salt.
Yes, because it happened once that we didn't use the right salt, and that was another fiasco because I thought my nostrils were on fire.
That's not even like the
what
half
did
of
you
it.
do to me?
You know, and my grandma used to, when we were nasally, she used to put her head under the sink, and I'm sure many of you have heard this. You put your head under the sink with some maybe essential oils, or she used something less than healthy. But she had good intentions, and it cleared you out pretty well.
Yes, the vapor. So
Vapor.
you pour the hot tea or hot water into the sink with the towel over, and you have the peppermint essential oils, and they're steaming at you, and then I'm like, my eyes are burning.
And that clears you up, and Dorothy's like throwing this big fit. I'm like, just relax. I'm like, take some deep breaths in. It's quite entertaining. We should like film one of them.
Anyway, the adventures of Dorothy and the neti pot.
Okay, let's get into our main topic.
Yeah, so we wanted to talk about today supporting your immune system and give you guys ideas on how you can naturally,
Improve
your immune system, and how we can do what we can do to prevent, I guess, as well.
That's right. Mm-hmm. So where can we get started?
Well, why don't you give some examples of how to support your immune system? Like, what can you do if you feel a little tickle in your throat or a little congestion coming on? What are some things that we can do right away to tackle it?
Yeah, I mean, we're big believers in this. We could talk about this forever. I feel like we'll try to keep this short. I'm a big believer. We are in prevention. So if you're always working towards improving your immune system, that's certainly going to help. And even like these things come up, like there's viruses that go around. It's hard to fight off absolutely everything. So when they come up, I feel like you get healthier quicker by being healthy all the time.
Right.
Or when you're like always preventing, you don't have those. You're not feeling like your immune system isn't worn down for weeks or months. Mm-hmm. It's usually a couple days. Like when we don't feel well, it's usually for a couple days and then it's gone.
Right.
Or a day. Like, you can have like a hot detox bath. Like sometimes, like as soon as I'm not feeling well, or I can feel when my immune system is compromised a bit, I'll have a hot detox bath right away, and then a couple hours later I feel much better. And I think that almost like scares those viruses away.
Yes. I think too, a lot of it has to do with mindset as well. A lot of times, we just accept, right? Oh, it's winter. This happens to me every winter.
Right.
Or, we mentally drag it on. Like, I'm not feeling well. I'm not feeling well. I'm not feeling well. Da da da. My nose is running. My throat. Like, we mentally drag it on instead of just, tackling what's going on and getting over it.
Yeah,
right?
Address it and then move on.
Right.
But we drag it out.
Yes.
And I really believe in words. Like
right.
words, thoughts, emotions, they're all connected. So if you're sitting there telling everyone for weeks how horrible you feel,
yes,
then it's going to make it that much worse.
Drag on. Right? Or if you hold on to those things, like I didn't sleep because my nose was stuffed, or I didn't eat well because of this or that, just like let those emotions go and get to the root of it by having a detox bath, maybe using the neti pot, and eating some really nutritious food as well. Soups and salads are excellent to have when you are smoothies.
Trying to detox.
Get those toxins out. Also, exercise. I know it's like the last thing you want to do when you're not feeling well, but go and sweat. We need to sweat that out. So, do something.
Yeah, be proactive with your
yes.
health. I think what Dorothy's trying to say. Be proactive, but
right.
you're going by those points pretty quick. I wanted to mention fermented foods.
Yeah.
When we talk about foods in general, like when our immune systems are run down, we have to look at our gut and our gut health because our immune system resides in large part in our gut.
Yes.
So if you're not feeling well all the time, we have to look at the foods that we're eating. And I think implementing fermented foods will make a big difference. Right. Some of the fermented foods that you enjoy.
Well, my favorite fermented food is kombucha. And we do a lot of different flavors of kombucha at home here. So we have actually a good friend of ours who makes us, we're so lucky, a good friend of ours makes us juice, like homemade juice. So we add some strawberries and what else do we have? Cherries and peach to our kombucha, which makes it taste fantastic. You can also add ginger and anything really to the kombucha to make it taste.
Yeah,
make it tasty.
We actually have a page where you can find a couple videos if you haven't seen it here in our membership, but it's trueformlife.com/how-to-make-kombucha, so you can make your own, or we have some nice local options as well that might be a good fit for you as well.
Right. And what's your favorite fermented food, Drew?
Mine? Well, kimchi.
Drew likes kimchi.
I love kimchi. No question. Yes. I would just eat it with a fork. But it's really good for our gut health as well.
Tell them what it is, because there may be some people who are like, Kim, what?
Kimchi. Well, kimchi, you can buy it or you can make your own. If you buy it, you have to make sure that it doesn't have the preservatives and toxic types of substances in it. Especially sugar, but actually I think you need some types of sugar to help it ferment. Like kombucha, for example, you need raw sugar to help it ferment. But kimchi is, I don't know how to explain it, like I put up Asian pear in there. I put chopped up daikon. I put Asian cabbage in there. I put carrots in there, and then you mix a little paste in there, and then you put it in a jar, and it ferments. So after a week or so, it starts to bubble or fizz. You have to watch the lid if can't put the lid on too tight, and then it just continues to ferment for whatever reason. Those combinations give you a nice fermented food.
Yeah, it's basically fermented cabbage.
Pretty much.
Twist.
Yeah,
with some other veggies
with a twist,
there.
with a spicy twist, because isn't sauerkraut just fermented cabbage?
Oh, maybe. I'm not really sure. Yeah. You're telling me that?
I'm telling you. Thought you're going to agree with me. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is true.
So those are some things that you can do to prevent, I suppose, always putting good quality foods in your body, like Dorothy mentioned, soups, smoothies, salads, especially when you're not feeling well, to help you detox. We talked about detox bath, and then fermented foods. Fermented foods.
And teas, ginger, lemon, honey is a perfect tea that you can make. And garlic. Just keep adding garlic to everything. It's fantastic for your immune system too.
And consider doing these things when you are feeling well.
Right, not just when you're...
Not just when you aren't feeling well.
Yeah.
Do them all the time so you have a
time.
strong immune system and can avoid a weak immune system or
Right.
run down.
Right.
We got a recipe?
We do.
Sweet.
So it's one of our favorite soup recipes, and it's super easy. So you start with a broth. Now Drew and I like to make our own broth. If you're purchasing veggie broth, just again look at the ingredients, because lots of times there's so much salt and there's added things like sugar and preservatives and all kinds of stuff in there that will actually hurt your immune system. So just take a look at those ingredients. To make your own, it's super easy. Just save your veggie scraps, so your potato peels, carrot peels, onion skins, and any other kinds of vegetable scraps you have. Freeze it, and then throw it. Once you have a nice collection, throw it in a crock pot with water and let it boil all day, and then strain out those veggie scraps. And then you're left with, don't forget to put the bowl under though, strain out those veggie scraps, and then you're left with a whole nice homemade broth. And then once that you have your broth, you just throw in chopped up onion, garlic, carrots, celery. Just chop those all up, throw them in the pot, and let them cook. I like to also add mushrooms, but I add my mushrooms a little bit later so they don't go mushy.
I thought you were going to say I add mushrooms to everything.
I do.
Because you do.
I do. And then once your veggies are cooked, I add some cooked noodles usually, or rice or quinoa. So you add a carb. But I always cook the carbs separately, because if I cook it in the soup, like with all the veggies in the broth, like the quinoa, for example, just soaks up all the broth. Yeah. And the rice, same thing. So cook your carbs separately, and then dish out your serving size that you want in your bowl.
That's right.
And that's a nice soup.
That's a nice soup.
We also have a really good detox soup that everyone seems to love, which would be great for immune system support as well. And it's all green. Yeah,
so go to trueformlife.com/green detox soup. It's unreal. I don't know why everyone loves it.
I'm always surprised. It was one of those recipes that Drew and I really love, and I was almost a little bit nervous to share it create it, because sometimes green things don't get such a good reputation.
Most times.
And it's all green, like it's broccoli and leeks and everything green. So I was a little nervous to try it, to put it out there, but everybody loves it. Yeah. So if you get a chance, hop on trueformlife.com and check out green detox soup.
We got a recipe, a quote to end off of.
Yes. You haven't talked much. Do you want to say the quote?
Oh, is it my turn?
It's your turn. Right here.
What do we got here?
It actually is your quote, so you should say it.
Every act of kindness on your part is a boost to your immune system.
So true. And I think it goes along with what we were saying about our mental outlook on being, not feeling well, right? So, and I think what we do on the outside, like our emotions, affect our insides.
Yeah, no
Does
question.
Does that make sense?
Well, I know.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm bagging with your mom, but they probably not. Dorothy.
It takes a special kind to understand this.
Well, I think that a lot of times the things that we put out comes back, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Like if you're putting out good things into the world, it's going to come back to you.
Yes.
If it's always negative, it's always hate, if it's always anger, that's going to come back, and it affects us internally.
Internally and physically, yes.
And I think that when our immune system is run down, our body's telling us something. Mm-hmm. It's saying, you need to take a break, or you need to sleep longer, you need to put better foods in your body.
Or you need to be nice.
You need to be nice. That's right. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to another edition of the D&D Morning Show.
Yeah, we always appreciate you guys tuning in. Couldn't do this without you, without listeners. It'd just be you and I talking.
Just have to talk to Dorothy the whole time.
So thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next show.
See you guys.
Bye.